Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal, Van Dweller, back with more classic Tetris. Stupid Tetris Monthly. No next box. Yes, it is the first annual World Championship of No Next Box, I guess. I don't know. Is that what that is? Is that a thing that's even worth having? I don't know, but we are having it. We've got two brackets of STM for you today. Let's show you. Well, we'll show it to you on the schedule. So today we have got the yellow and pink brackets, and that's going to be, and those are round one, round two brackets. The yellow bracket has Iankeith versus Meme in round one, and the winner will take on Bendy. And then starting 2.5 hours from now, it is the pink bracket, and we will have Hazelnut Milk versus Peak. The winner takes on Huff for a top 16 spot. And just to give you a sense of what else is coming up, we have another STM bracket tomorrow at noon. That's going to be Hydrant, who is the first ever winner of the Stupid Tetris Monthly Championship, right? The first one we ever had back in 2020. And he'll be taking on Doc Pie. And the winner of that will not take on Dewey, because I think Dewey actually had to withdraw. So I think the winner of that will be moving on directly into the top 16, if I'm not mistaken. So that is tomorrow. I think it's only going to be the one match. So that is what is coming up today, tomorrow, and then we have, one Tap Masters. The next one is going to be on Saturday at 2 in the afternoon here, Texas time, 19 UTC. That's going to be Aaron versus Now, and winner takes on two-time CTM Masters event winner Brodendam. So that is what we have coming up, but today it's going to be the yellow bracket for STM, pink bracket for STM, and just to give you a look at the top 16 situation so you can see what has been settled so far. A couple of players really making their competitive debuts in this tournament. I mean, what a place to make a competitive debut. Ghost has moved on to the top 16 and will be taking on Pixel Andy, and Steel in his competitive debut has moved on to take on Fractal in the top 16. We also have Shadow Knight, who has made it through the blue bracket and will be taking on Blue Scooty. So that is where our top 16 situation is. We're going to be getting two more today. We'll figure out who's facing Miles in the yellow bracket and Dylan in the pink bracket. All right, let's take a look at our rules. Yes, players, there are rules, believe it or not. This is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console so long as the game mechanics, appearance, and statistics are unmodified, except in the ways that we ask them to modify it. Players can use any controller so long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether mechanical or electronical. Biological turbo only. We will be using level 9 starts. Remember, players, the next piece, the next box, should be turned off. And the best way to do that is to start a garbage game, turn off that next box during the garbage game, and top out. And I will advise you, players, that if you use the insta-quit thing, like select start BA or BA select start, whatever, that will very often turn the next box back on. So I encourage you simply to let the game top out and then hit the start button to go back to the level select screen. Remember, there are no same piece sets in this one because we don't want people to cheat off each other's games, but it really won't determine all that much. Same piece sets here. It's slow enough. There's 5 games. Same piece sets probably won't determine too much here. Okay, remember, players don't receive any in-game advice and do not pause unless I tell you to. And if you do experience tech issues like internet slowdowns and the like, just keep playing. I will sort it out, okay? And the winner of this tournament and others get absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which has reached $87.84. And if you want to encourage players to keep on coming back and playing these, we're going to be doing, 8 to 10 of these different NES Tetris variants every year, more or less, kind of, sort of, mostly monthly. If you want to encourage players to keep coming back, please do contribute to the prize pool. We have a $1,000 incentive set to pay our top 8. If you want to contribute to that, well, please do, because we have no sponsors, and I can't afford to fund the prize pool every single month. So if you want to see more stuff like this and more creative tournaments and just kind of something other than the same old, use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch and on YouTube. That will bring up some links. The one that says STM or NNB or whatever, that is the one. Click on that. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is where you log in. Click on that. You can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube account. Once you're logged in, there is a mustard-colored button that says contribute. Click on that to contribute. And I think there are still some free contribution codes that still remain to be clicked on. And every time those are clicked on by a new account, it kicks in 25 cents to the prize pool. And there's a limit of 50. We have 3 left. So if you want to head on over to there, if you haven't done it yet, we have 3 claim codes left. It'd be nice to do it, so I don't have to talk about it anymore. All right, that's how to support the players. To support the channel, you can go to... Where can you go? You can go to Patreon. And yeah, this slide got jacked up. I'm not exactly sure why, but go to patreon.com to make patreon.com/monthly Tetris to make an ongoing pledge of monthly or annual support to keep this channel going. Without the channel, there is no tournament. And so if you want to keep this channel going, where we bring you exciting events pretty much every single month. I mean, think what we're doing with Tap Masters here. That is a smashing success, one of the most exciting things we've done. That kind of thing can only exist because of the support from patrons and people supporting us also on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube, you got super chats and stickers, channel memberships. You can gift a channel membership. Twitch, you got bits and subs and gift subs and Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime Gaming subs. So I encourage you to do all that stuff if you want to support this channel. I'm going to pop on over and look and see what's happening over at our game screen, and we'll go ahead and adjust the cams while we watch the players do their final warm-ups. And so let us get these cameras aligned and we're almost there. Oh my god, it's Meme. What the heck? It's Meme. Meme is very still right now. Are you actually still, or are you frozen? I think Meme is frozen. Oh my god, she's staring into your soul right now. Let me see if I can try and get that go. Let me refresh again. Could be on my side. Okay, Meme is moving. There you go. All right, players. Looks like it's Meme's Meme stream frozen again on my side, actually. So it's weird if now you're offline. So I think Meme might be... Is this on my side or Meme's side? What's up, Chess? Okay. Meme, was that your side or my side? I don't know which one it was. Is this the record for perceived age difference in competitors? Not at all. Iankeith's like in their 30s, Meme 20s. It's not at all. Not at all. I mean, yeah. Iankeith is young. Very young. All right. So we will not be using same piece sets. Oh, you turned 40 just last month. All right. Well, you're basically still 30s. Whatever. But, all right. Remember, we aren't using same piece sets, but, if you just want to make sure that if you're confident that your next box is turned off, then we can start. So just once you're on the level select screen, signal ready. Remember, it's level 9. And once you're signaled ready, then we can start. There you go. Yeah, and don't select start AB to rage quit out of the game, because that could turn the next box back on, Just I know it's hard to remember, and I'm sure it will happen, but it's okay. All right, looks like both players have signaled ready. Those claim codes are coming in. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. It is round one, yellow bracket of this stupid Tetris monthly match between Iankeith and Meme. Let us get them started in 3, 2, 1. Tetris McMonkey with that $20 contribution into the prize pool. It's going to get us up to 108. Thank you so much, McMonkey. Really appreciate that. McMonkey also with the prime. Meme had the next box turned on. Meme had the next. What is happening? Iankeith, we're going to restart here. What is happening? Do you have? Okay, Iankeith, we're just going to start over just to get a clean start. You're ruining Tetris, Meme, as usual. Yeah, Tetris is over. Tetris is done. All right, we'll go ahead and restart that. As soon as you're ready, Ian. There you go. All right, now we are ready. Stupid Tetris Monthly No Next Box Championship, Iankeith versus Meme. Let us get them started. Round one, yellow bracket, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, look at that. Wow, no next pieces showing. That is amazing. They both started out with the same piece, though. That's why I was worried. Is like, how are they getting same piece sets? But it's okay. Well, on the left side of your screen, it is someone. Who is that person? It is Iankeith, not their real name. Iankeith qualifying in with a 317,264 qualifier. I'm going to go ahead and refresh one of our players here just to make sure that we are good. Is there an STM every month now? Yeah, it's going to be pretty much. So Iankeith has an overall PB of 1.2 million, but of course, no next box is a lot harder. Now I hear that they've been, kind of practicing no next box and getting PBs, and so Iankeith is really taken to this mode. Of course. Now, Iankeith did take part in Stupid Tetris Monthly Championship 2021. And I think there was only 16 players back then. What the heck were we doing? Also, a two-time participant in Das Masters. Iankeith was the runner-up in the CTWC Silver Bracket in 2022. Was also in the semis in Silver 2023. And also kind of a prolific DAS player, played in every single one of those, Scamper CT DAS tournaments, the test, CT DAS test, CT DAS rail, played in every single one of those. So pretty excited to see what Iankeith can do in this one, especially where they've just taken to this mode, it seems. On the right side of your screen, it is Meme. 21,000 here for Iankeith, 41,000 for Meme. And she qualified into seed number 25 with a 315,000. And she's got an overall PB of 13.2 million. That is fifth on the overall high score leaderboard, ranked number 3 in the most recent Premier poll. The only player with a DAS 1.3 starting from level 19, 7th game crasher. And she had a streak in CTM Masters of 5 months in a row in the semis, which is a pretty amazing feat. Most recently, she was in March of this year. 3-time Mega Masters player. Challenger Circuit winner back in September of 2021. Third in the Jonas Cup last year. 3-time CTWC Gold Bracket player, finishing as high as second. The runner-up, which was this year. And if you've been to a regional sometime in the last 2 years, you've probably seen Meme there, including Detroit, Genesis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Boston. Took second in Pumpy Heart's one-day tournament, I believe, as well. Is that right? Oh, my God. All right, 44,000 for Iankeith, 59,000 for Meme. You know, I always resent Iankeith because, you know, I'm an actual Keith. Iankeith is a fake Keith, not a real Keith at all. This is a best of 5, so the first player to 3 wins in the match is the winner and moves on to round number 2. And yeah, just to give you a sense of where the kind of where these scores can go, the recorded world record is Dog playing Tetris with, I think it was a 5. God, was it? Let me check. It was a. Oh my! What happened to Google Sheets? I don't know. Yeah, with a 558 that was set this year. And that record stayed unimproved for 4 years. Jerpy got a 550 back in March of 2021. That record stayed unimproved for over 4 years. Now, Gerald Freeman is said to have a unrecorded 600K, 611K, but of course not recorded. So no real verification of that, although I don't doubt it. But as far as what is on record, Dog with the 558. Iankeith in a lot of trouble here, and this board is high enough that they're going to have to really do a lot of guessing. And this looks like it. Yeah, this is going to be a top out for Iankeith at 55,000, and Meme is good in game number 1. All right, players, when you are ready. You had really bad RNG. Well, you had the bad RNG to participate in this tournament at all, really. Just to give you a look at the world record history. Now, this is not the high score list. This is the list of improvements to the world record history, right? So there are scores that are higher than some of the scores on here, but this is the chronological world record progression, right? Just to give you a sense of what scores are possible and have been possible. Iankeith, what did you get? I know you were working on this. Did you get a 400K? Did I hear that? All right, as soon as both players, 377, 107. Nice. Excellent. All right, well, as soon as both players are ready, we can start game number 2. Now remember, just hit the start button. Do not select A, B, right? There you go. Okay, looks like both players are ready for game number 2. Meme is up 1 game to none. Iankeith going to try to get one back. Try and tie this up. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I think Meme's stream is a little bit delayed. Yeah, sorry. We go by the chat countdown rather than the verbal countdown now. I'll do a verbal countdown at the beginning and then a decider, but I've said 3, 2, 1 Tetris probably millions of times now, and I'm just I can't do it anymore. All right, so level 9 is the really the 10th level in the game, since level 0 is a level, and Tetrises are worth 1,200 points per level. So 1,200 times 10 is 12,000. So Tetris is on level 9, worth 12,000, and we will stay on level 9 until, well, level 10 hits, which will be at, is that at 100 lines? That's 100 lines. And then from level 10 to level 12, there's a speed increase from 9 to 10. Speed increases by 20%. And then it will stay that speed for level 10, 11, and 12. Then level 13, 14, and 15 are the same speed. And then level 16, 17, and 18 will be the same speed as well. 26,000 for Meme, 41,000 for Iankeith. We are not using same piece sets in this mode because that would encourage players to, try to slow down or try to get ahead or behind their opponent so that they can then try to discern what the next piece is going to be. And then they can basically play with an unofficial next box. Now, there may be some gamesmanship involved in that, and I think that is an interesting format. And if somebody wants to do that, in their own tournament, go ahead and do that. But we want to make this truly a no next box tournament. With no screen looking really being of any assistance, at least in terms of what the next piece is. And it also means that any records that are set during this will remain unsullied, and they will be unequivocally accepted as no next box records. 89,000 for Iankeith, and Meme's board is up pretty high. Now, it may not seem like it's pretty high. Meme, of course, a roller. But, there's a nice long bar. She's able to fling that over to the left. And there's a nice Tetris for Iankeith, 101. But one of the big thing to avoid in this is to have a super high stack, of course. Oh boy. The other thing to avoid is to have a spire, because what ends up happening is, you have to decide really, you only have the, the piece is going to drop like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 rows before you even start moving it. And if you've got a deep spire or a tall spire on the board, oh boy. Oh, wow. Bail with that bar. We'll see if Meme could do anything with it. No, that is going to be a top out for Meme. And Iankeith is good in game number 2, and we are tied. So Iankeith, you are good. Meme says this is so hard. Yeah, it is. This is not easy. But as I was saying, you want to sort of avoid a bifurcated board there with a spire, because then you really have to do a lot of guessing, because you don't have a lot of time to really decide, does this piece go to the left? Does it go to the right? Whereas if you have a, very flat board, you have sort of unlimited maneuverability, and where can I put this piece? And, you just have to, you want to put yourself in as few gambling situations as possible. And you'll see when the board gets high, players basically have to gamble and just kind of say, all right, I think hopefully the piece I need is going to go in the direction that I'm bringing it, and then go. All right, we're going to go ahead and start game number 3. And Meme, if you need a countdown, we'll do 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, again, no same pieces in this tournament. Level 9 starts. And you can see how difficult it is. You know how skilled both of these players are. Of course, Iankeith, high finisher in silver bracket, multiple years in CTWC. Meme, of course, is Meme. And yet, even on level 9, these players are having a difficult time. Now, we've had some of these matches go pretty deep into, 19 and make it all the way or into 18 and make it all the way to 19. Once you hit those level 18 speeds, 16, 17, and 18, I mean, it's not exactly a kill screen, but it's almost like it's probably slightly harder than playing on, 29, even as the roller, because you're just not going to be able to easily set up 4 Tetrises. Now, maybe somebody will appear and just have the gift for no next box and that quick recognition, and then they'll be able to somehow to get the 600, 700, 800K. I mean, that person is not emerged, and a 7 or 800K. People ask, isn't someone going to max this mode out? I mean, I'm not one to go, oh, that'll never happen, but you're not going to do that without getting into and playing in 19, and that is it is very, very difficult, even for the fastest roller with the fastest reaction time. 30,000 for Iankeith. Nice L to fill in the board for Meme. One thing I love about this mode is it's one of the few, kind of alternate modes that really ships with the game, right? I mean, you've got A-type, you got B-type, and those are different play modes. And, this is a totally intended play mode by the developers in virtue of the fact that you can turn the next box off with the select key. They totally meant for people to try to play that way, and it is so, so difficult. But it was totally intended, and they wanted people to play that way, or try it anyway as an extra challenge, and it remains a huge challenge to this day. 58,000 for Iankeith, 64,000 for Meme. You guys know me enough to know that I don't go and go, oh, this such and such will never happen. Da, da, da. I don't think anyone's going to get much further than, than 600, mid 600s in this mode. I mean, just for one reason is no one's going to sit here and grind this mode for that long. But it would require either an insane, pace like the entire way, or level 19 play, which is virtually impossible. So we might just be stuck in the 600s once somebody cracks that, on video. 84,000 for Iankeith, 69,000 for Meme. World record on the 19 start is nearly 100K. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know that anyone's going to stick with this. I mean, it's so fatiguing, really. I mean, players get to the end of these 2 matches and they're like, I never want to play Tetris again. I'm so tired. TYOW says, I'm looking forward to the Game Scout video in 10 years that clips this section and then shows the max out. Didn't I get a no next box Tetris on 19 Vandy? Yeah, I did. Were you there to see that? I definitely did get that. Like a long time ago. I've gotten a 400K in this mode like one time, and then, several 300Ks. And that was a long time ago before I knew it was as hard as it was. But yeah, I did. Yeah, Rory saw it. Rory was there. I did get a no next box 19 start Tetris. It was a lot of luck, right? You just have to gamble so much. And it just turned out that the pieces lined up with how I needed them. Meme takes a nice smart triple to bring this stack down. 111 for her, 139 for Iankeith. There's a Tetris. What is no next box, says Sergio. It means the next piece preview is turned off. So the players cannot see the next piece. They have no idea what it's going to be, and so therefore they cannot really adjust their current piece to accommodate the next piece, and they also have a certain delay that, you know, that they don't know what it is. They got to figure out when it falls where it's going to go, not beforehand. So it's a big challenge. 164 for Iankeith, 147 for Meme. You're the number 1 seed in futures. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that Rory is good at. I mean, he's good at a lot of things. Better than I am. Right. Oh, Meme could have gone for the Corian thing, but she did not know that the L piece was on its way. Tetris for Meme. There's a Tetris for Iankeith, and he's already got another one set up and gets the long bar in, 202. Iankeith is into level 10. The speed has increased by 20%, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, 20%. And it's going to stay this speed for until 130 lines, where the speed will increase again by 25%. Oh, did Iankeith have a no next box Vits? That is ridiculous. What are you doing? All right, Meme is set up for a Tetris. All right, nice skim here for Meme. Gonna hold out for a bar. Gonna use that square to fill in nicely. There's the bar, gets over for Meme. Tetris 196. Iankeith is, 19 lines ahead right now. And remember, Tetris is on level 11 are worth 14,400. So, it's fairly close in pace right now. And Meme probably actually now with a pace lead. Now Meme is into level 10. All right, there's a nice double and single for Iankeith to bring this down. LaShaw with the sub on Twitch. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Iankeith 4 lines away from the next speed increase, level 13. He's going to Tetris into 13 at 257. Oh, going to adjust that L and get Tetris ready. Oh, it gets the long bar over at the last moment. That is so clutch. 274 for Iankeith. If Iankeith hangs that bar right there, that could have been game over. But super clutch. Oh, yeah, could not see. Now it's coming down pretty fast. And Iankeith really in a down stack here, and you think that, oh, this is so low. How could this be considered a down stack? Don't worry, it is. 276 for Iankeith, 243 for Meme. Meme 11 lines to go until that next speed increase. And Iankeith just trying to bring this down, but this is really tough. You only got a few rows to, it's gonna. Oh no, and that is gonna be a top out. 278 Iankeith. The target for Meme is 279. There is a Tetris 275. So Meme needs another 4,000 points to seal it. 4,000 points will do it. 278, 660. And she is 1 line away from level 13. And there's the long bar for the triple, and that is enough. And Meme with the chase down is going to take game number 3 and go up 2 games to 1. This is a best of 5. All right, Meme, what do you think? Easy, hard? It's hard, right? Not easy. Yeah, it was going to be best of 7 because, but then we started playing and realized it's going to take forever. Meme says, dang, that was scary. We realized it was going to take forever, Iankeith, so we just decided to make it best of 5. And, there's always a new mode in another month, so. All right, players, when you are ready, you can go to the level select screen. If you need a moment to recover, nobody would blame you. The winner of this will take on Bendy in the next round immediately following. All right, looks like both players are ready. Game number 4, Iankeith looking to tie it up right now to force a deciding game number 5. Meme wants to wrap this up. Well, let us get game 4 underway. Oops, my countdown button didn't work. My apologies. All right, there it is. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Ron Wee says any format where Iankeith could realistically beat Meme is a good one. Listen, Iankeith, I will not accept any Iankeith hate here. Good player, silver bracket runner-up, also semi-finalist. Come on now. All right, we are underway in game number 4. Iankeith, those 79 push-down points. Rory says, I love watching no next box. Even the world's best players look so exhausted and miserable at the end of the game. Yeah, for real. Except Fractal. Fractal is the only one insane enough to be like, oh, I love it. I'm playing. And Rory, of course. Rory. They love it. Still haven't decided what the next format is going to be. I think the next one maybe September. I don't know. We could do one. I don't know. Yeah, probably September. So qualifying starting in August at some point. And it will be, we haven't decided what format it's going to be. There's a couple of things I'm thinking. I do like drought mode, which there's basically with no long bars. That is one that I want to explore. So really, it's all about triples, and the L piece is like basically your long bar. Is there a July normal CTM Masters? No, but in 7 to 10 days, August begins. So yeah, in about a week or a little bit more, regular CTM Masters and DAS Masters will begin for August. 48,000 for Iankeith, 41,000 for Meme. Are triple strats a thing in no next box? Probably as you get into deeper levels. But so far nobody's really exhibited like, oh, I'm going to intentionally build for triples now. But that is what I like about the drought mode, which basically is no long bar mode, is that triples become the most valuable thing you can get. So you have to optimize your stacking for triples. And, you know, how many different ways can you get a triple, right? Really, with this, the L and the J piece. And so you have to optimize your builds for that. $64,000 for Iankeith, 77,000 for Meme. There is a Tetris for Iankeith, and they are basically tied in score, but Iankeith 14 lines ahead. Clockspin says, for pro players, how important is the next box to optimal play? Extremely important. I mean, you could see the difference. I mean, you've got two pretty high-level players here on the screen, and you can see the challenges that they're having without the next box. Now, if they had a next box, level 9 would be a breeze for both of these players. No problem. There's a conversation in chat about whether Andy could, you know, because Andy's the reigning Masters and DAS Masters champion. about whether Andy could go for the quadfecta and win no next box and Tap Masters. And, you know, people saying, well, Andy's not going to win Tap Masters. But then again, people said Andy was not going to win Masters. So, you know, I wouldn't count him out of anything until it happens. 106 for Meme, 116 for Iankeith. Why don't they start on 18 for no next box? Give it a try, Daniel. Give it a shot. We are not trying to run a meme tournament. We're trying to have a tournament which is a legitimate test of Tetris skill. And if you're just going to start on 18 so people can top out in, you know, like 10 lines, that's too random. Meme is actually set up for a dirty Tetris left well, 3 rows off the bottom. And gets a long bar over for the Tetris, 120 for her, 130 for Iankeith. Iankeith is set up for a dirty triple. All right, Meme is set up again. And that square over on that right side. Now there's gaps there, so okay. She's gonna find a long bar, get a Tetris, bring it down. Okay, that left side a little problematic for me, but she's got a lot of, you know, room over on that right side to try and bring this down. All right, this is gonna knock the, oh, that T did not go and do exactly what she wanted there, but she can find a long bar and chuck it over to the left side if she can identify it quickly enough. Iankeith set up on the left well with a Tetris setup. There's a nice triple for Meme to help bring this stack down. There's a Tetris, Iankeith, 164. And now they've hit level 10. That speed is increased. Meme's still 17 lines away from level 10. And Iankeith clean. And Meme anything but. So she's bringing it down. All right, Iankeith getting a little high centered, has a Tetris well, would love a long bar like right now, has a skim available, but no more burns in the long bar, gets over for Iankeith, 181 and now into 11. Meme still fighting here, and she has not really been able to do much in the way of scoring for the last 30 lines or so. And the level 10 speed increase has hit for Meme at 148. Iankeith would love to bring this stack down because they've got, 11 lines to go until level 13 hits. And that speed is going to increase again. It's basically the same speed as level 15. So Meme with a good low board now. Iankeith taking some burns. Okay, the Z to the left. There's a nice double to bring this stack down. 3 lines to go until level 13. Oh, there's a nice J piece. A good long bar. That's going to help Ian a lot. And they're going to uncover the right side. Actually set up for a Tetris now and gets the bar over for the Tetris 222. Long bar over Tetris Meme, 169. Level 16 is the next speed increase for Iankeith. That'll be the same speed as level 18. You really want to bring this down so you can maybe try to single and double some more points. if you should need them. Meme with a beautiful board, a nice burn there. Long bar over. Tetris, Meme, 187. Tetris is on level 12. We're 13. What is it? 156, 15,600. That's going to be a top out for Iankeith at 226. The target for Meme is 227. Again, Tetris is on level 13, are worth 16,800. So a Tetris and change. And she has a reasonable board here. Like, this can clear away in a lot of easy ways. So this is definitely possible. And she's playing right now for the win in the match. There's a nice double to bring this down. And, you know, and here's the other thing. Singling and doubling this kind of lead away is not that easy. Singles are worth just 560 points. So you can see that's like 2 levels worth of singles away, basically. So you do want to get some, you know, some doubles mixed in there. You're actually set up for a Tetris, waiting for a bar, and the bar gets over, and there is the Tetris for Meme, and she has made it into the next round, 3-1 against Iankeith. Ian, you have done very well. It's really, I love having an event where you're in it. So I don't get to commentate you very often, but when I do, I really enjoy it. So thank you so much, Iankeith. Congratulations. And I don't know. I wonder if you're going to keep pursuing no next box records, or you're just going to, I don't have to play this ever again. I'm gone. But GG's Iankeith. We'll watch me mulling it out if she wants to, although well, we'll see. Now she's into level 16, and you guys can see what might be possible here. All right. You set up for a Tetris and gets a bar over 278. If you do Drought Hack next, I'm so in. Yeah, we're going to do multiple levels of that, I think. I think we'll do futures at least for that, depending on how many tiers we can fill out. All right, 305 for Meme on the mullen. You still want to chase the DAS no next box record? I don't know what the no next box. You have to go to the. I don't know what sheet has no next box on it. I don't know if there's an actual leaderboard. That is the world record progression, but I don't know what the current record is. I know that I have higher than a 405. I think I have like a 413. But I don't know what the actual DAS record is. All right, and Meme into 19, and this is basically under first level 19. Congratulations. All right, Meme, you are in. Iankeith, you are dismissed, but you are welcome to hang out and cheer on the player who knocked you out of the tournament, which is what I always do. If someone knocks me out of a tournament, that's who I root for, because I want to win. I want to lose to the winner, right? All right, we're gonna get Bendy in here. Bendy would be what, seed number? What is Bendy? Seed number 24 and 25 is 9. Is that what? Yeah, I think 9. So let's get goodbye and hello. All right, we'll go ahead and give Meme a moment to rest. So feel free and take that moment to rest a bit. We'll get Bendy all set up. All right, as soon as Bendy is ready, but again, feel free to take a moment. Meme, are you doing 19 start? Yeah, get a Tetris meme. I have done that. With Das. Rory was there, I promise. It was like 5 years ago. I mean, I can't have something that Meme hasn't done, right? That would be ridiculous. See, not easy. Not easy. I mean, that could be Stupid Tetris Monthly. Get a Tetris on 19. Be here for hours. I luck boxed into it, definitely. You know what? You guys don't want to tire yourselves out, though. So as soon as you're ready, go ahead and get over to the level select screen. And, oh, nice. Yeah, get it when you're ready. If you still want to warm up, that's totally fine. But, yeah, you can get over to the level select screen and begin when you're ready. Meme was open for it, but nope. Castaver says, wait, a Das versus roll? No way, LUL. It really doesn't help you that much. I mean, it helps you a little because you can get pieces over, you can wrench them over, but that is, only a minor factor. And in fact, you can see Bendy was either tapping or rolling. I mean, tapping or dassing, and had a much higher qualifier. So, all right. Looks like we got both players with their next box turned off. Thank you, Bendy. All right. They are both on Tetris. Tetris. There you go. All right, looks like both players are ready. It is round 2. Stupid Tetris Monthly, no next box edition. Bendy versus Meme. The winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. On the left side of your screen, it is Bendy, who qualified into this tournament with the 382,000. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour interminable qualifying period. Bendy with an overall PB of 1.24 million. Not ranked on the open rankings, but is the number 5 ranked DAS player in the most recent Premier poll, where you can go and see the whole thing over at premierpoll.com. Is that not right? Were you not ranked number 5? Oh, Bendy says no way. Is that not true? What did I do wrong? Oh, all right. Well, maybe I got it wrong. Someone can confirm that with me or for me, whatever. But anyway, Bendy is here. First player ever to get a level 19 height 5 clear with DAS B-type. Bendy is a former Hopefuls Circuit winner, has been in the gold bracket of CTWC one time, and that was this year. It was also the winner of the silver bracket last year. Bendy has played in Mega Masters one time, that was last year, and has played in DAS Masters 7 times with a runner-up finish and 2 top 4 finishes. that finals appearance for Bendy was in January of this year. Yeah, all right. TYOW says number 5 DAS. All right, that is correct. Good. How old is Bendy? I have no idea. I don't worry about how old people are on the internet. They're people. On the right side of your screen, it's Meme. Meme qualified in with a 315,000, defeated Iankeith in round 1 to make it here to round 2. Has an overall PB of 13.2 million. That's 5th on the PB leaderboard and is the 3rd ranked player on the open leaderboard. Oh, was that a line spin? Oh my goodness. Oh no, that wasn't. That was just a flat long bar spin. Got it. That was out of the corner of my eyes. Bendy in a little bit of trouble. This is a very high stack. That double is going to help. And these are some nice pieces to help bring this down. That T will help. And now Bendy open on that right side. But yeah, Meme, the number 3 ranked player in the open rankings in the Premier Poll, premierpoll.com, Premier with an E. All right, Bendy with a long bar over Tetris, 77,800. Both players with the same score and same lines. Meme was the first player with a level 19, 1.3 million with DAS. First and only, as far as I know. The 7th game crasher. I made 5 semi-appearances in a row in the Masters event in 2024 and 2025. A 3-time Mega Masters player. 3-time gold bracket player in CTWC, was the runner-up CTWC this year. 3rd in last year's Jonas Cup and the winner of the Detroit Regional and the Genesis Regional this year, and who knows how many other things. And you've seen her play at a whole bunch of other regionals and online tournaments. Meme took 2nd in Pumpy Heart's one-day tournament that just happened this month. 102 from Bendy, 113 for Meme. Bendy up pretty high on the board. You can see Bendy tapping. And Bendy would love a T, but not going to really get it. And this is going to be very tough to survive. And that is going to be a top out for Bendy in game number 1. And Meme is good. I promise you are good, Meme. Check the Z's. You want me to check the Z's? Oh, too late. Sorry, it is too late. Seemed like a lot of Z's. During the first dig, you had 25. All right, as soon as players are ready, you can get over to the level select screen. I don't know what this kid's doing. All right, looks like both players are ready for game number 2, so let us go ahead and get them started. Meme up 1 game to none. Remember, this is a best of 5. The first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match, moves on to the top 16. And, of course, no same piece sets in this tournament. It is supposed to be a no next box tournament. Players are not supposed to know what the next piece is, so if players had the same piece sets, they could kind of cheat off each other's tests. You know, one player gets slightly ahead in the piece sequence. Bendy almost had a perfect clear. Oh my God, he was 2 pieces away from a perfect clear. Big pog face on for Bendy. 12,000 for Meme as well. All right, Meme going to get set up with that long bar into the middle of the board. sometimes people in this mode, they look at it and they go, oh, well, wouldn't center well work really well, because then you don't have to get that bar all the way to the left and you won't hang, or all the way to the right and you won't hang it and da-da-da. But so far that is not really shown to be an advantage. The few times I've seen it happen, it seems to blow up a bit, mainly because you're not only do you have no next box, now you're trying to maintain two different stacks with no next box, and I think it just multiplies the complexity of what you're trying to do here. Dirty Tetris for Bendy, left well a few rows up. It's going to help him bring this stack down. But yeah, I think it just multiplies the complexity of what you're trying to accomplish. And so, at least so far, players have not found too much success with center well strats. But it doesn't mean that they can't. I just haven't seen it yet. And so, of course, Bendy immediately going to center well strats. All right, Bendy going to open up the middle of that board where he's got a Tetris well hanging out in column 7. And trying to keep it open, going to take, getting droughted. As soon as you, all right, there we go. Long bar down the middle. Tetris for Bendy. He's like, yeah, I can play center well. No problem. Vandy doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, and another center well Tetris for Bendy. 59,000. Why isn't anyone doing the accelerated drop? You did see Iankeith do that in round 1. We have seen some push down from some players, but I think having the extra time to sort of just those extra few milliseconds without doing the push down points gives you just that much more time to sort of get a sense of your stack and to maybe just weigh some possibilities. Of course, Bendy now has push down points. So basically, as soon as we mention people not doing something, Bendy is going to do it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's Bendy, though. All right, Bendy set up for a dirty Tetris column 10, and the long bar gets over 75,000 for Bendy, 102 for Meme. And she's open for a Tetris column 10. Listen, McMonkey, I am not going to sabotage the players by making them do things for memes. Oh yeah, how come we don't see players maxing out in this mode? And Bendy will go get a max out just for the memes. $101 for Bendy, 118 for Meme. So, what is at stake? We do have a prize pool, but also players who finish high in our monthly Stupid Tetris monthly events will get an automatic berth into what I hope will be an annual multi-mode championship next summer. So it'll have things like no next box and drought mode and speed run modes and B-type modes and other, what is the secret grade and no rotation and all kinds of different modes. And that will be one single tournament with multi-modes. So that is one way to get into that tournament. So high finishers, I don't know exactly all the details, but the idea is that they would get an automatic berth into that tournament. 138 for Bendy, 126 for Meme. Meme gets a Tetris 138, and they are pretty darn close in score and lines. All right, Meme is set up. Long bar gets over. Tetris for Meme, 163. Oh, players are, just about 10 lines away from level 10. That speed is going to increase by 20%. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it definitely does add a little bit of extra stress and urgency to what the players are doing here. Trisky says Vitsov needs to be one if it's technically feasible. I mean, it's much... if players have EverDrive or Power Pack or something like that, we have a hack which counts only Vitzes. And it counts them as 1 point each, so that exists. Hydrant Dude made that. But a lot of players are just playing with Tetris Gym, and so, we're going to mostly favor modes that can be done on Tetris Gym. But, ultimately, if you want to have, I don't know, the widest diversity of experiences with NES Tetris and being able to play other ROM hacks and things like that, if you can afford it, getting an EverDrive is a great way to be able to do that. 192 for Meme, 188 for Bendy. Trisky says plain AnyDAS would be cool. Well, I think we'll let Hydrant Dude maintain the AnyDAS empire. Seems to have that, well in hand, and we'll let Hydrant Dude do that. 220 for Meme, 218 for Bendy. Yeah, secret grade will probably be a thing. I'm thinking of possibly merging secret grade and no rotation into the same one tournament. $237 for Meme, $220 for Bendy. But the year is long, so we got a lot of time to figure out how this is all going to be. All right, Bendy into 13. That speed is increased again by 25%. That happens at 130 lines. Meme, they are so close in score. They're just a few hundred points away from each other. This is a very close game number 2. Tetris for Bendy, 263. Tetris Meme, 260, 264 for Bendy. There's another Tetris Meme, 279, level 14. And Bendy is into level 15, so now just 10 lines away, Bendy into level 16, which is the same speed as level 18. So this one is quite a match. Just a few thousand points away from each other. Bendy now 10 lines ahead, 6 lines away from level 16. Tetris for Bendy. All right, Meme going to knock this stack back down after that square doesn't get all the way to the left. She's going to be able to access that left side, chuck a long bar in there, build it out. So Bendy is into level 16. This is the same speed as level 18. So 30 lines of this speed until level 19 hits. Bendy is 54,000 points ahead. Tetris is on level 16. Oh, there's the line spin from Bendy, and it helps clean up this board quite a bit. But Tetris is on level 16, worth what, 21,600? Is that right? Or is it 22,000? Oh, no, that hang for meme. That makes the board pretty much impossible on 16 to deal with. That is going to be a top out for meme, and Bendy is going to tie this match up at a game apiece. All right, Bendy still playing on level 18, and see if he can get to 19, or it's basically impossible, but that's going to be a top out for Bendy. So good score, 379. Oh, there was a $2 super chat. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, Lori with the super chat says, if you enjoy the fun, like the page. It's free. Do it. Yeah. Hit thumbs up to this stream on YouTube and subscribe if you are, or join, whatever the heck it's called. Subscribe. I think it's called subscribe on YouTube if you're not already. This is more stressful than Tapmaster, says Bendy. Good luck running July and August at the same time. Damn, we're going to be pretty much down to the last, few matches once August hits. We're going to be fine. We'll be totally fine. And it's going to take, a week for those first matches of August to get scheduled anyway. So we're not going to have too much overlap, I don't think. I mean, there's a few players, I think, that have some weird availability, but we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. All right, as soon as both players are ready, we can start. Bendy cooling down. I did have a thought. I wanted to, maybe put two I don't know if we can do this, but this is the idea. Let me get these players started in game number 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between Bendy and Meme. We'll get them started in game number 3. Then I'll talk about my idea. My idea is to potentially combine 2 modes into a double elimination style tournament. Let's say because I was thinking, well, maybe we could combine, because they're kind of niche modes, no next box. I mean, not no next box. I mean, no rotation and secret grade are kind of niche modes that a lot of players just don't play, can't relate to. And so I'm not how sure people will turn out for those. But what if we combine them into one tournament, made it a double elimination, and made the top half, like the winner's bracket, would be, let's say it would be no rotation. And when you lose, you get knocked back down to the bottom and then have to play secret grade. And then the secret grade winner and the no rotation winner face off in some sort of multi-mode finals that has both of those. I don't know, something like that. So the winner's bracket is one mode, the loser's bracket is another, and then the winners of both meet up. Something like that. Or it could just be all be secret grade double elim, but I don't think it would be 32 players. I think it would just be 16 players. So something like that. I don't know. That's kind of been on my mind as a way to kind of meld 2 modes into one tournament. Laurie says, welcome to STM. If you are liking the stream, please support us with a like and subscribe. Bang the bell. Get notified for every live game. Thank you and have a nice day, says Laurie. All right, thank you, Laurie. Either that or we could just give each one its own, you know, its own tournament so that there is a secret grade world champion and there's a, you know, no rotation world champion. Which I like the sound of that, right? I like there being a definitive world championship title for each of these modes. This is a best out of 5 Dirt Block. Ron Wee says this won't even go on YouTube, LMAO. I mean, it's on YouTube, and the live stream is available for people to watch on YouTube, so... I mean, it's here. It's on YouTube, and it will stay on YouTube. $69,000 for Bendy, $57,000 for Meme here in game number 3. Man, you could make it triple elimination with 3 different modes. What about that? Oh my God. Guys, you could make it quadruple elimination with 4 different modes. What about that? Wait a minute, guys. What about centuple? All right. 70,000 for Meme, 81,000 for Bendy. Bendy with a good flat stack. Yeah, people have brought that up multiple times, like an online relay tournament, and the players have to be in the same. They have to be in the same location, and so the problem with that is scheduling. Could be a real problem. 105 here for Bendy. Tetris for Meme, 84,000. Because then you're basically scheduling like twice as many people, and just, you know, scheduling is already a nightmare. In CTM, just ask anybody who's ever played in CTM or attempted to schedule a CTM match among various players. 117 Bendy, 85,000 for Meme. Laurie says not all players live close either. Well, yeah, that's of course the thing. So really, you're just making a tournament where the deciding factor is who lives close to who. $112 for Meme, 142 now, 154 for Bendy after a Tetris. Tetris is there worth 12,000 points. All right, flat long bar burn for Meme. We'll do relay when we do Lone Star again in 2026. 169 for Bendy, 128 for Meme. Yeah, this weekend is the weekend of the Retro Fest in Texas that we have held Lone Star at the last few years, but it's not going to work out with them going forward. So we're on the hunt for a new venue. All right, Bendy looking to uncover this right side well. Meme set up for a Tetris, gets it, 155. Bendy with a flat stack here, a little bit high, 5 lines away, both these players from the level 10 transition. Bendy going to transition into level 10 at 201. Tetris for Meme, 167. We do have another bracket of STM today. It is starting in an hour and 8 minutes. That's going to be the pink bracket. That'll be Hazelnut Milk, the player from Indonesia, versus Peak, and then the winner takes on Huffaluffagus. All right, Tetris for Meme, 194, 229 for Bendy. Watching two top players do level 9 starts is so funny. Watching two top players struggling on level 9 is what's funny. All right, Meme now into 11 at 208. Now Tetris is on 11, worth 14,400. So she's back by less than 2 Tetrises. Yeah, Scanball. If you don't know Hazelnut Milk, that is a player formerly known as Scanball. Which was revealed in the What Does Your Screen Name Mean channel in the Discord. We've got $108 in the prize pool. If you are watching right now and you want to see more months of this tournament happen, supporting this month's prize pool is a great way to ensure that that happens. Obviously, we'll only continue to do tournaments that get prize pool support. So if you do want these kind of competitions to continue, consider chucking in whatever you can into that prize pool. $1, $2, $5, $10, whatever you got, would really go a long way to help us reach our top 8 goal. 241 here for Meme, level 12, 7 lines away from 13. Bendy is already into level 13. That is the same speed as level 15. The next speed transition happens at 160 lines on Bendy's side. And Meme now into level 13. The speed is increased. 259. Meme, 284. Tetris for Bendy, 302. Ron Wee says, what's your favorite tag origin? I don't know what that means. I don't know what tag origin means. Oh, that left side for Meme could be a real problem. She's going to need a long bar very quickly. Gets one over to the right side. The next one, if she can see it quickly enough, can get over to that left. Bendy with a hang in the middle of the board. Here on level 14 into 15, that bar gets over for Meme. So Bendy now kind of in survival mode. All right, he's going to chop this down a couple of rows. And Meme is going to top out at 284, and Bendy is good. In game number 3 and goes up 2 games to 1. Screen name origin. Oh, I see what you're saying. Screen name origin. I don't know if I have a favorite screen name origin. I have to think about that. I don't know. I got to think about that. No next box in 2025, no doubt. You have no clue whether or not this is good. LOL. It's not. It's not the worst in comp. It's fine. Bendy here with a decent game. 380. I mean, he's on pace here to crack 400K potentially if he can clean up quickly. He's got 1 line into level 18, and then after that, level 19 will kick in. We'll see if he can get a... he's setting up for the Tetris on 19. If he gets it, he'll have a 400K. And the bar gets in, and he got the 400K. It's not the highest so far in the tournament, but it is rare air, that's for sure. So let's see what Bendy can do on 19 if he gets there. Meme with the meme with the thumbnail face. Thank you, meme. 412. Let's see what. See, you do a lot of guessing in this one. And yeah, that is going to be a top out for Bendy of 414. Pretty good score. Is that your PB? That is a PB. And that is higher than he qualified with. His qualifier was 395 was his highest score in his qualifier. 370 was his second score. So that is higher than his qualifier. So GG's Bendy. All right, let's give these players a minute to chill out. It's very tiring. No more Mullins, you promise. It's fine. You thought Dog had the highest no next box on video with 500K. Well, yeah, this is Bendy's PB, not a world record, right? It's his individual world. Oh, you're asking, doesn't Gerald have the world record? Well, record implies that it is recorded, right? How is it a world record if it is not recorded? It's just a world rumor, right? It's not the world rumor, it's the world record. Tetris Time got 429 in futures yesterday. Level 8 start. Yeah, level 8 start it's quite a bit easier. All right, looks like both players are ready. They are both on the same seed, which is no seed. Let's get them started. Bendy up 2-1. Memes needs to win this one to stay in and force the deciding game number 5. So game 4 getting underway. Cat Vinity says, Vandy, what's your favorite Tetris piece? Probably the L piece because of how important it is for level 19 and dealing with, you know, the left side of your board. If you got a little notch up against the wall on the left side, then that level, that L piece really is important for helping to chop down that stack. All right, we are underway in game number 4. I mean, I can't imagine anyone's favorite piece is like an S or a Z piece. Like, they're just the least welcome pieces, and I'm sure some of you like it because it's your name or just because you want to be, you know, what you want to be different. Or because you're oppositional and defiant. All right, Bendy with a couple Tetrises has to take a triple. I mean, obviously, the long bar is the best piece, right? But I think that's granted. That's given. Sleazy the Slacker Slaw says, I mean, the straight 4 must be favorite. The straight 4. I like that. Right, Meme going to use that straight 4 to fill out that stack and get Tetris ready. So she's waiting now on another straight 4. Oh, nice square piece so she can sort of dead drop there to uncover the well. And the long bar comes and Meme gets a Tetris. Bendy gets a Tetris. He's got a great looking stack right now. And another Tetris, Bendy, 75. Both of them really good stacks. Yeah, the O piece, you know, besides the S and Z, the O piece really bothers me because that's the piece where, you know, if you don't accommodate it, there's just nothing to really do with it. If you can't burn it away and you've got a scraggly top of your board, it's just like, ugh. And the other thing, you just hang it all the time because you think you can get it to the, what is it, to the left side is where you always hang it? Oh my God, now I'm just getting turned around, but it's always like, oh yeah, the O is not, yeah, it's getting that O to the left, like it's just not, it's just frustrating. The King to Kid says, Vandy, how come they don't play with the same piece sets for no next box? Is it because they could screen look the next pieces from their opponent? Yes, that is the reason. 89,000 for Meme. She's going to get a Tetris. She's at 101,800. And Bendy right around that same score as well. Yeah, we want this to be a true no next box tournament. The spirit of no next box. All right, Meme's board kind of dependent here. She really could use a long bar to bring this down so she can fix the top of it. This is actually very tough now because her board a little bit bifurcated by that Z hang. And yeah, this is a very, very tough down stack for Meme as it gets higher and higher. And this may not even be survivable. See what she can do here. And Meme is not going to survive that. And Bendy, you are good. Bendy going to take out Meme 3-1. Not easy. Vandy, you can pronounce my name as Tayo. All right, I'll remember that. All right, anyway, Meme, GG's to you. You are out, but you have filled our hearts with joy with your presence in this tournament. So GG's to you. Hope to see you in future events. But Bendy, you have the misfortune of having to continue on in this tournament. I will report this to the Tetris authorities. And you are going to face Miles in the top 16. I mean, Meme is the real winner of the match because she never has to play this again, ever. All right, we'll watch Bendy mulling it out here. We got another hour to start between our next, before our next thing. So Bendy, if you're going to mulling it out, we'll watch. If not, we can raid or whatever. So Bendy is now in. Is that right? Bendy, are you in? Let me check this out. Let me look at something here. So yeah, Bendy is now in the top 16 in Tap Masters and in Stupid Tetris Monthly in the same month. So finally, we have made some tournament formats where Bendy can excel. That's really the whole point. All right, Bendy is not going to survive. Is Bendy going to survive this? All right, he's going to survive it just to spite me, I think. Is one hand considered for STM? I don't think so. Look at this. Bendy going to get out of this. What a jerk. I think one hand is not really a massive test of Tetris skill because all the best players are like already playing with one hand, right? I don't know. They're like rolling is basically, yeah, you're, I don't know. I just don't see it as that big of a test of skill. I mean, it is, but I think the best players of normal open tournaments are going to be the best at that. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's just testing an isolated skill that is really all that meaningful. And it's a little silly. Wait, what's secret grade then? I thought that's what someone... Oh, his next box is on? Well, his next box is on, so now it doesn't Now it doesn't matter. Secret grade is, yeah, trying to make a zigzag pattern on the board. Starting from the bottom left-hand corner, going up to the other, halfway up the board on the other side, and then back to the top left corner. And of just perfect gaps on the board. All right, well, GG's to you, Bendy. You are the winner. I don't want to watch this anymore. I'm going to take a little break. And out, basically 50 minutes from now, we will have another tournament. Let's go ahead and show you the bracket so you can see who is in. Yes, Bendy is in and will be taking on Miles in the next round. So we've got half of our top 16 now filled out. I mean, if you're just going to play with Nextbox, like I can watch people play with, with an Xbox anytime I want. It's all right. So Bendy is in, Shadow Knight is in, Steel is in, Spectral is in. And basically 50 minutes from now, 50 minutes, we're going to find out who's going to be playing against Dylan. It's either going to be Hazelnut Milk, a.k.a. Scanball, or Peak, or Huffaluffagus. And that's what we've got starting. So we'll see you in a bit. Thank you to those of you who have contributed to the prize pool. We are up to 108. I think we've gotten all the contribution. No, we have. Do we? Wait a minute. Let me refresh this. I'm going to refresh this. There we go. There's one contribution code left. Is that right? There's one left. Somebody can go in and get that last contribution code. That would be a nice thing to do. Why is my browser not working right now? All right, it doesn't seem to want to log me in, so go to heck. But anyway, thanks to those of you who contributed. For some reason, my browser is like hanging up on Matcherino right now, and I cannot see who the people were. All right, looks like someone came in. Maybe that was Summer B getting the last one. So thank you. But yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my browser right now. I cannot seem to log into Matcherino. So that is pretty weird. I'll have to just reset everything. But anyway, thank you to those of you who contributed. You know who you are. Thanks to those of you who contributed to the channel. New followers, Kyle. Twitch subs, McMonkey, Lashal, Meme. I think that was a gift sub to Meme from Cousin Avi. Thank you, Cousin Avi. Raids from Blue Scooty. I missed that one. And Chef Boyard Jeeps, thank you very much. Sorry about not acknowledging the raid. I didn't see it. I was focused on the thing. All right, and of course, patrons. I will get those of you who've joined in the last 2 weeks on this slide. I just keep finding reasons or distractions to not do it. But thank you. You are amazing. Thanks everybody on this slide and everybody else. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris is where you can support the channel. Scott Gray, JK9 Tacky, Corporal Shelby, Troy NKM, Rogue Potato, Cat Kit, and Mila. Thank you for your contributions. Okay, YouTube. We will see you in a bit. Take care. Catnivity, Mr. Burrow, Lori, Dan V hanging out, Jungle Cook, Kent, Zoltan. All the stars are here. Super Kai. We'll see you in a little bit. Goodbye. Bye. All right. Twitch will raid you somewhere. Thanks, everybody, for